Imagine living in the vast, dry Australian outback, and one day the crops fail. Not a little, everything. This is the story of the famine that shocked the outback. A tale of drought, bad planning, and a few hilarious survival hacks that Australians came up with just to keep food on the table. In the late 19th century, settlers were expanding into Australia's remote outback. They planted wheat, barley, and other crops, hoping to feed their families and sell surplus for profit. But the outback had a secret. It's harsh, dry, and completely unpredictable. Rainfalls were sporadic, soil was tough, and farming was harder than riding a bull in a rodeo. Then disaster struck. A combination of severe drought, crop disease, and locust swarms wiped out harvests across the region. Farmers stared at empty fields, realizing that their entire year's work had vanished overnight. Bread prices soared, sheep went hungry, and towns began rationing food. Some families resorted to bizarre solutions, eating cactus fruits, making flour from wild grasses, or even trading tools and livestock for a single sack of wheat. But Australians, being the resourceful bunch they are, didn't just give up. Communities came together. People swapped supplies, shared water, and even held impromptu cooking contests to see who could make the tastiest meal from literally nothing. And of course, jokes were made to survive the stress. Old letters from the era show farmers joking that they'd soon be eating kangaroo or emu, because apparently the crops were useless anyway. Humor, it seems, was the secret ingredient to surviving famine in the outback. Eventually, rains returned, crops grew again, and towns recovered. But the famine left a mark on the Australian psyche, teaching settlers the hard lesson that farming in the outback was not for the faint-hearted. Economically, the famine slowed expansion, reduced exports, and forced governments to invest in better water management and farming techniques. Today, modern outback farms still use these lessons to avoid repeating history, though no one has quite figured out how to avoid locusts completely. So next time you think farming is easy, remember the Outback Famine, a disaster that nobody saw coming, but a story that proved Australians could survive anything, often with a laugh and a clever workaround. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. If you were stuck in the Outback Famine, what weird food would you try?